Hey, Christoph was supposed to be there. There he is.
Here I am.
Hey, man.
Hey,
I'm,
man.
I'm going to do that the next time too. That's an awesome effect. No,
Yeah, you
I'll
should
come
remember
in
this.
from from this side, and you come from the other side. It'll
Yeah, we
be
try all
amazing.
directions. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, man. Good to see you. It's been a few
Yeah, you
weeks
too.
already, right?
Sorry.
It's been a few weeks already, right?
Yeah.
Since we did the last one of these.
So it was time for another episode.
Yeah,
So here we
indeed.
are.
Yep. Yeah, and I said I don't know if it was on stream or in the talk afterward that my girlfriend would give us some questions in a bowl like yours has done, but she didn't get to it. So we'll need to do it with your bowl of questions. I'll provide the questions then the next time.
Yeah. So for all the people who are here the first time and haven't seen our last talk, so I have here this bowl of questions, and some of them I wrote down. I think it's almost 1 month or 2 months ago, so I even can't remember what I wrote down. And some of those questions are also from my wife, and these are the questions that I have never seen. So yeah, so that's what we've done basically the last 2 episodes, just picking one of those questions and then see where our conversation goes. And that's the plan for today as well.
Yep. And we need to address video games as well, because you did like a podcast on video games, your own podcast. I still have to listen to it, so it'll be all fresh for me. So that's good.
Yeah, cool. Okay, so let's start with one question and then
sure.
See where it takes us.
Yeah, and if there are people want to chime in the chat, it's okay. We'll keep an eye on that as well.
Yeah.
Okay, first question.
So maybe it's good that I read it first. Okay, it's an interesting one. Favorite conference talk watched? So what was the favorite conference talk that you watched, like, ever? Is there one particularly that you can think of?
A couple. There's one, and I think I met you for the first time at the conference there, or maybe it was like the conference after at Larcon EU, where
I think we're thinking about the same, but let's see.
The Matt Stauffer talk on empathy was very good. But you know what? I'm going to let you talk about that talk. Why you like that? I'll pick another.
Okay, that's good.
Because another, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, then. Okay, thanks. Then I'll start. Yeah. So I'm not sure what year it was. I think it was 2016.
Yeah, I
15,
think so.
16, something like this. It was my first Laracon EU ever. It was in Amsterdam. And Matt Stauffer did this amazing talk about empathy. And I think it's also the first time that I met him, just briefly. I just knew him a little bit from Twitter. But it was just cool to see a soft topic about empathy, but in a really good way presented. And I remember he had this amazing artworks he had from someone else who also talked about empathy or something like a book. And it was a really cool demonstration on how important empathy is and how it's important for developers as well. Because we all also have feelings, we developers. And it's still stuck in my head that this was an amazing talk, and I still think of it, and I still think of I still have empathy is a big part of my life, and I always try to think about how do others feel about it, especially on Twitter. It's really difficult to stay out of useless discussions, but of course everybody has different opinions, and I think empathy is also good for Twitter.
Yeah, it's just good for like life in general.
Yeah, right.
I think, just putting yourself in the place of someone else, that is good for like every interaction that you make with humans, either directly or indirectly via writing code, because there you need to have like empathy as well. You know, how are other people are going to see and use the things that I'm making. So yeah, I think that a lot of people who were at that conference would mention that as like one of the best talks ever. I think.
Yeah, I also have this feeling that mostly developers don't see such talks about such topics, and that's why I also think it was very special.
Yeah. What else do you remember about that Lara Cup? Because you met some people for the first time there, probably.
Yeah, you of course.
Yeah, we met for the first
Yeah,
time.
we already
Yeah.
were mentioned this on Twitter, so we knew each other barely from Twitter. I was, yeah, actually, yesterday I was checking my Twitter messages and I tried to check the first message that we wrote, but Twitter couldn't show it. I think
Hmm.
there's some kind of limit, but I'm not sure if it was you. But I remember I was writing a blog post about my Raspberry Pi and how
Mhm.
I connected it to a light. And I'm not sure if you contacted me about that. Was it you? Do you remember?
I don't remember. I've always been tinkering with Raspberry Pis, and I surely have responded to people on Twitter, but I don't know if I was who you're referring to. Could be, could
Okay.
not be.
Yeah, it might be you, might be someone else. But it was pretty cool because I did this little experiment where I had a little display connected to the Raspberry Pi, and it was connected to my Google Analytics live stats. So every
Mhm.
time someone was on my blog, I got this little message on the little display saying new visitor and the country where he was from. So new visitor
Wow.
from Belgium and Egypt. And I wrote all the people, hey, go to my site. And then I sent you a screenshot. And I remember Mohammed going to the site. And then I got this little message from Egypt. And yeah, it was really funny. And yeah, back then, of course, I didn't have that many visitors on my site. So it was a little surprise every now and then.
Maybe you should do it again because it seems like quite fun, like somebody from another part of the world just sees your site and then you see it in the real world happening, like visitor from that country. I love the idea.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I also saw that on Laracast. There is a new video about connecting to the Philips Hue API
Mhm.
and doing some stuff with the lights. And I also have one of them here in my room. So I thought about maybe trying something with that as well. I think that also
Cool.
could be fun.
We need to talk about this like after the stream as
Yeah.
well, because I've recently I've also bought like a Raspberry Pi to control the lights.
Okay.
And I hooked it even up to how is it called? The thing from Apple, Homebridge, I think. So
Mhm.
now I can control all the lights with the sound of my voice, which is
Oh,
which is
wow.
kind of nice.
Do you have
Let,
one in your room that you
yeah,
can show
yeah,
right
yeah,
now?
yeah, sure. Uh, I hope, because now on stream it won't work. It's always that, right? But
Yeah,
we'll try
probably,
it.
but
We'll try it. What I'm going to do? Hey Siri, turn off all the lights.
yeah.
Uh, hey Siri, make all the lights green. Yeah, you can't see it, but below me here. Wait,
Okay, it's
can
green.
I? Can I see it? It's green.
Oh, yeah.
Hey Siri, make all the lights red. Hey Siri, work lights. That's the white light. Wait, let me. And then I also have control of the key lights. Hey Siri, turn on the key light. Those are like the lights illuminating my face.
Yeah, perfect.
And that
Okay,
is
that's
done.
working pretty well.
Oh, I see in the chat that I triggered somebody else's slides as well by
Oh, really?
saying that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
always fun.
it's like an open source project. It's called, I think, Home Bridge, and that's something that you can use to make non smart devices smart. And
Mhm.
yeah, it's a cool project, and that's installed on the Raspberry Pi. That's yeah, somewhere in my house that responds to all this. And the HomePods, they are connected to them as well, and the HomePods listen for commands, send it to the lights. It's pretty amazing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should need you need to send me the link so
Yeah.
I can
I'll
check it
show.
out. Yeah, I
I'll show
already
you
have
on
some
the
ideas in
screen.
my head, which I should try on myself.
Yeah, it's once you have like this power that you can have like hardware controlled by voices and yeah, by your phone. It's really nice, and you want that everything works this way.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
I've also hooked up my television, so I don't need remote anymore. I can just do that all with the phone now, stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that. But we're already
Yeah,
digressing.
yeah. Few minutes in and already
Sorry?
quite far, or a few minutes in the call and already
Yeah,
far away from the first question.
yeah,
So,
indeed.
what was your favorite conference talk that you can think of, or which are special to you?
Well, there is one that was not so long ago. I think at the last LARCon US. Um, the the subject didn't wow me as much because I'd recently saw a talk about the subject, but just the way it was delivered was so cool. And it was a talk by Keith Damiani, I think, of Titan, who talked about GraphQL. And I
Mhm.
still remember his slides. So there were lots of animations there. The style was just right. I don't know how he did it, but it was like visually like amazing. And yeah, I've said in the beginning that the subject didn't wow me as much, but it was really well delivered by Keith. I already knew GraphQL. That's why I said it. But yeah, the way he presented everything and with such joy, that was yeah, amazing to see. Now it isn't that life changing as the talk that Matt did, but it still made a very good impression on me. Hey, and we both picked talks by people from Titan, so
Yeah, it seems so.
yeah, so they're pretty good in making presentations, I guess.
Yeah, I think we can also bring in some of Caleb's talks.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah,
No,
Caleb. Yeah, if there's like a king of energy on stage, then it's certainly Caleb. I think
yeah,
if he speaks again at a conference, they should have like this piece where they have like a little window, so he can start out his conference talk by looking out the
yeah,
window
but look,
and then turning and doing his thing. You know?
and then do his signature move.
Yeah. If I ever invite him for a conference again, because he spoke I was happy to have him at Full Stack Europe. I'll make a window that he can
Yeah.
look out from.
That would be amazing. Yeah. I
Yeah.
also remember he was doing some push-ups before his talk at Laracon US in New York. So he was in the right mood to go out and crash everything. And
Oh,
yeah, he always.
now that we're talking about physicalities on stage, I still remember you being upside down on a stage in London.
Yeah,
was
that was really funny.
Yeah.
So it wasn't planned at all, and I don't even know why I did it, but yeah, still people are messaging me around about it or talking to me about this event. So yeah, it was really funny, and I'm really glad that I didn't mess it up and fall on the other way on my back or something like that, because
it was cool. I thought it was a very cool moment at the conference.
Yeah, I still have. I always wanted to be capable of doing a really good handstand. So a really good one. And I always tried a little bit. And when I was in the gym or climbing, I always practiced a little, but not much. And that's why I'm not super bad at it, but I'm also not really good at it. But since lockdown, we have like 2 times a week, we do a kind of workout, which is live with someone on Instagram who does it for free. And during this time, I always now try to work on my handstand. So I hope at some point, maybe after our 3rd lockdown, maybe I'm really good at it, or maybe in the future sometime. So it's still in my head.
I'm going to remember it, Christoph, when we have like real conferences again, you can imagine you getting ready for the talk. You come on stage, and then there's somebody shouting, "Do a handstand," and that'll be me.
Yeah, or maybe I just do a handstand and then I walk on my hands towards the panel, and then
Oh
that's
wow!
how I should start the talk.
Hey, now that we're talking about these things, I remember a particular conference where we were at, where we
Oh.
also had to do things on stage. You know, when we had to dance in India on stage,
Yeah,
that
wow.
was kind of funny.
That was next level experience, next
Yeah.
level conference experience. Yeah, it was really, it was, yeah, it was all sort of feelings came to my mind. So it was funny, it was strange, I was overwhelmed, I was embarrassed. I had fun. It was really special, and yeah, we are all very tired, and I think especially me because
Yeah,
I only
especially
slept
you. Yeah.
slept like 1 or 2 hours because I had a problem with my flight, and I came to India a few hours before the conference day, and yeah, I was like my body was here, but yeah, nothing else. And
Yeah.
then we had to do some kind of introductions of us spontaneously, and then I had my talk, and then we needed to dance, and it was oh my god, what's going on here?
And there were
But
people singing also in the audience.
people singing in the audience, crazy, but a lot of fun. Yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I hope at some point we can go back there.
Yeah, and I hope that you can stay a little bit longer there.
Yeah. So in the end, I stayed, I think, 24 hours, something like that, because
Which is kind of crazy, right?
yeah, 3 days traveling and 1 day
Yeah,
in India.
I think you spent more time in Istanbul. I think that's where your layover was, if I remember
Correct.
correctly.
So I had to stay
Yeah.
there over a day.
So maybe that is my most epic talk that I've seen. Your talk, like the one that took 3 days to come to India, gave the talk, did a crazy cab ride, and then flew back.
Yeah, I was so exhausted. It was really crazy, and I don't remember too much of this day anymore because I was just barely there. But I'm glad I managed to do it, and I was part of this conference.
Yeah, I still hope that we'll be able to go back with Nuno and some other people that I went there to. It's they were going to have like the conference. I think in March of this year, it was going to be branded a real Laracon. I think Laracon India.
Yeah.
But COVID happened. So let's hope that it will not be over in March, I guess, but somewhere at the end of next year or the year after that, we can go back to there.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Okay, that is
so
question number one,
questions.
and we're 20 minutes in.
So maybe we can do one more, and I think then we already have our average hour again. Do you want to? Yeah.
Before we do a question, I want to talk video games first.
Yeah, I also wanted to mention that. So
cool.
Yeah, so
you did
maybe
podcast.
I start. Yeah, I did a podcast episode on my podcast because I thought I wanted to do something different and talk about video games. And then when I thought about it, I realized that it's already almost 30 years that I started playing my first games. And I thought like, oh my God, that's really a long period.
That's indeed very, very long.
And I thought about the first games that I played, about the consoles, about games that were special to me. And it was funny to think about and look up some numbers, like when was the Game Boy released and stuff like that, because I wasn't sure anymore. And I realized that gaming has been part of my life since I can remember.
What is like the first game that you can remember playing?
Yeah, so that's pretty hard. I think I'm sure it was something on the Game Boy.
Mm-hmm.
So I think maybe it was something like Tetris or Super Mario. I also remember those Olympic games Not sure if you noticed on the Game Boy where you had like the two buttons and you had to
mash them.
press them as fast as you can, and you
Yeah.
came up with some kind of things that you put on your fingers so that you're faster for running and all the things you needed to do. And yeah, we all had these little damages on our fingers because we were doing this for hours. And yeah, so I'm not sure what was the first game, but I'm pretty sure it was one of these Game Boy games for me.
The Game Boy is pretty fantastic, right? That you
Yeah.
just had like multiple games on the go, and the monochromatic screen didn't really matter that you didn't have
No.
colors, because these games were just good, you know?
Yeah, it was an amazing product. What was your first game that you can think of?
I'm going to show my age again, I think.
So what was before the Game Boy? I'm not sure.
Before the Game Boy, I, in any case, had the Nintendo Entertainment System, so the NES, so the original Nintendo. And before that, I can remember we had an Atari 2600, so the console with Pac-Man.
Yeah.
And we had one console before even, a ColecoVision. I'm sure not too many people had one of those, because it was like one of the first, and I guess pretty expensive at the time. But my dad, he was very interested in this, and so we had those consoles. And I think the first game I played on there was something called Zaxxon. I think it was kind of a plane thing, where you need to fly with a plane over things. I also remembered a Smurfs game, and the Smurf was basically three blue pixels and one blue pixel on the top. that was the Smurf. I can remember playing on that console a lot, because we played so much, and I kid you not, that it got on fire, because it became so hot, the transformer, that it melted and started producing a little bit of fire, and that was the end of the console, really.
Oh my god.
That's how I remember it.
Yeah, you literally played it to its limit.
Yeah, indeed. So like you, I also have like games in all my life, basically. And I can still remember certain periods of my life through the games that I played. I'm pretty sure that is the same with you.
Yeah, sure. So is there any particular game where you said that's your all favorite game, or?
Ooh, that is very difficult, I think, because you'll have the same problem, because there are so many different types of games that are so good that really can't be compared with each other. I know I spent like a lot of time in things like Civilization or SimCity, but you can't compare that to something like, let's say, something more modern in another genre, like The Last of Us. That's completely different experiences. So it's very hard to pick out one. Maybe I can think about it while you
I'll
talk
try
about
to.
like your favorite game, because I'm thinking, since you did the podcast, you already have something in mind.
Yeah, right. So I already tried to answer this, and as you said, it's difficult because there are different types of game. There are different periods where we played different games and stuff. So, but when I think about games that are somehow special to me, or where I feel like it was really special at the time, then I have a few that come to my mind. So lately it was Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Oh yeah.
So this was for sure one game that, I started and it was like from the beginning, oh my God, what's going on here? The style of the design, the story, the movement, everything. It just felt so right. And that's also why I bought a
Switch.
Yeah, thanks. That's why I bought a Switch just for to play this game. I don't have the Switch anymore, but yeah, this game was really special, and I played it a lot. And yeah, it's an open world game. Of course, there's you can spend unless time there. And I normally don't like to play these open games because I like if there's a straight story that I can follow, because it's easier for me to start and end the game, and I don't like playing games where yeah I'm overwhelmed with what I can do and when does the game end. And
Yeah.
yeah, but Breath of the Wild is for sure one of my all-time favorites. Then I'm a big fan of the Uncharted series.
Oh yeah.
Uncharted 1 till 4, and maybe you can say there's also a fifth title. But yeah, for me it was game changing. How the story was built, the camera movement. It was yeah like a shift in gaming from story design and perspective. And yeah, I love playing all of them. So that's a second that I can think of. And yeah, I think that's the two games that I'd say that first come to my mind when I think of really special games that I played. Of course, there are a lot of more of them, but
Yeah.
let's stay with these two.
Okay. Yeah, those are excellent picks, Christoph. I've played them both as well, and yeah, they're both or like played them all six as well because the Uncharted is indeed four main ones and one spin-off, I guess, the Lost Legacy,
Yeah,
I guess. So yeah, these six games are really, really incredible, indeed. Um, yeah, the Uncharted ones, yeah, that's really amazing storytelling. You know how
yeah,
something can be so appealing, story wise, graphics good, gameplay good. I also like single player adventure games quite a lot, and those are really the best in the genre.
yeah.
So
I think so too.
I think now we're talking about like big story driven games. The one that comes to my mind, the first one that I've played in that genre was Metal Gear Solid 2. So it's already
Mhm.
like an older one, but this was like the first one that I played where everything is just story driven. And some people ridicule the game for this, that there are more cutscenes than gameplay. Uh, and it is. If there's like a cutscene where you think, oh yeah, this is just 10 seconds, it goes on for like 10 minutes or something like that. And it's a little bit of a weird story because yeah, it's a Japanese story, so they are always a little bit weirder than the rest. But the atmosphere and the conversations, they and yeah, because of the weirdness, it was just so good.
Mhm.
And another one that comes to mind, my second one, is probably Final Fantasy VII. I think they did
Mhm.
a remake of that, but I played the original one as well. And I still remember that was like one of the first games that I bought myself. So I was a student at the time, and I still remember playing it the entire thing together with my girlfriend who watched, because she wasn't a gamer, but she was sucked into the story as well. So she wanted to go. She wanted to see, yeah, how does this
How does
end?
this end?
Yeah, and that was just an amazing game with amazing characters. So I played the remake on the PlayStation as well, which is also very good. It's nice to come back to some of these locations and the characters. So yeah, those are my two. So a little bit older, but also yeah, the same genre as you, like yeah, adventure games.
Yeah,
Really,
I
yeah,
think we can call it that.
yeah.
I now thought of another game that I have to put in my list. I'm not sure if you know it. It is called Heavy Rain.
Yeah. That's everything from that studio is amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, so I remember playing this game, and the first 20 minutes, you're someone walking around in a home, and it was super boring. and I wasn't sure if I would keep playing, but I kept playing, and it was such a great storytelling again. And you have all these little decisions, and they change how the story ends. And yeah, with every decisions, you oh my god, did I make the right decision? And then you don't know how it
Yeah.
ends, and it was also mind blowing for me.
Yeah, it's a fantastic game. A great pick, Christoph. And did you play the other ones by that studio? I think Beyond Souls, it's called.
I don't think so. Was it after Heavy Rain?
That's the one before Heavy Rain, and there's also one after.
Mm-hmm.
Let me pull on the list. The studio is called Quantic Dream, and
Mm-hmm.
they make they always make games like this. And it's after Beyond Two Souls is after it,
Hours after.
and
Okay.
it's at least as good. So
Oh,
you
really?
have that
Oh,
one to go.
okay.
And 2 years ago, they made one about robots, which was also very good. Detroit Become Human. It's from the same studio, and it's
Ah, good.
all
Good
these
to
games
know.
are all
Yeah.
these games are the same. So it's yeah, you're in control of a character. You need to make choices. There's a little bit of action, but it's all about stories and the
Yeah.
interactions. Really. Yeah, and they're both
Okay.
triple A titles. So I wholeheartedly can recommend it to you.
Okay, good. Then I need to check them out as well.
Yeah, I see some see
Yeah.
a
Do you have
question
some
here in the
questions?
chat. Here Beganovic asks, how about fully story and decision-driven games? The Walking Dead, amazing story. Did you play the Walking Dead
Um, no.
games, Christoph?
So is it like an official game of the series, or?
Um, it's an official game, but not for the series. It's one of those Telltale games, which are also just very story driven, even more than Heavy Rain. So there's really
Okay.
almost no action. It's just making decisions. And there are a couple of seasons, I think 3 seasons or something. And the first season is really amazing. It's about like a guy helping. How was he called? I forgot the names. Who's helping out like a little girl, and yeah, they're off for an adventure, and it's
Mm-hmm.
really well done. I think the studio is bankrupt now. I don't know how, because they made such good games. The Wolf Among Us was also one of them. So yeah, if you are into story driven games, you should definitely check out Telltale, everything that they did. Unfortunately, as well, because amazing stories as well. I think they also put out their games on iOS, so you can just do
Oh,
this
nice.
like
Yeah.
in the couch, wherever you want to go. I think the character's name was Lee, and the girl was named that escapes my mind. Lee and somebody else. Well, doesn't matter.
Okay. Never mind.
Oh,
Do we have some other questions, or?
we have here some feedback. I hate games, so maybe it's
Okay.
time to go to like
It's another question.
another
Let's hope
question.
it's not about games.
Yeah, indeed. So a question.
Okay, I'll pick another one. That's one my wife wrote down. Where can we find you in your spare time? Okay, I think yeah, it's about what are your hobbies
Yeah.
next to being on the computer, next to coding. What are you doing besides that? I think that's what this question is about.
Should I go first? Do you want to go
Yeah,
first?
maybe you go first this time, or do you need some time to?
No. I can
Okay.
just talk about this offhand, but it's a very broad question. It's
Yeah.
about hobbies, also about life. Yeah, I think in a typical day, I sit behind the computer a lot for work, obviously. But when the work day is over, I got 2 little children, a girlfriend. Uh, then after like between like 5 o'clock and 8 o'clock, it's supposed to be like family time,
Mhm.
like no computer at all. Um, Sometimes I'm breaking that a little bit because I want to do some stuff. But in general, that's like when we eat, when we do some stuff together in the week, with like little kids. And at 8 o'clock they go to bed, and at certain evenings, I either do stuff with my girlfriend together, or what I also do is just program a little bit, but then on the hobby or side projects, or
Mhm.
game, or create some music. And we can go into everything of this, but I'm not going to dive too deep. And in the weekends, I also like biking, so I got this course bike. Um, when it's a little bit less cold, a little bit hotter, then I frequently do like a bike ride uh,
Mhm. Nice.
from Ghent to Antwerp, or to Kortrijk, which is another city that's like in the vicinity. So I got a feeling that this is my big problem, that I'm always running out of time because all of these things are fun.
Yeah.
I think my work is a lot of fun. Um, Doing these side projects are fun. Doing music is fun. Doing things with my girlfriend is fun. Having the kids around is just amazing. So I, I don't have a lot of time where I think, what should I do next? It's
Yeah.
more like,
You
I
don't
got
get
this time
boring.
now. Uh, which ones should I choose? Um, One thing that I tried to do a little bit more, but wasn't successful in the past year, is reading a little bit more. Because in some years I do that more, in some years less. This year it was less because most of the reading is done like when traveling, or on holiday. Um, when we have a holiday, we go for a couple of weeks, and I always take with me like a pile of books to read. But
Mhm.
this year, due to COVID, that wasn't there. So I thought maybe I should try to read like one book a month or something, but that has failed miserably. I should say, because there were other things that
Yeah,
I
I know that
need to do.
feeling. Same goes with me. I also try to read more, but yeah, I haven't found the right habits to
To do
come
it.
in to do it. Yeah, and there are so many other stuff
There's
that
also
I.
like another thing that I stopped doing this year, which is kind of unfortunate. And we talked about this yesterday in the chat with my colleagues. Um, that this year is really the death of podcasting for us, because everybody
Mhm.
listen to podcasts while commuting to work, and that just basically doesn't happen anymore, or not a lot. So I'm missing all of the podcast, just because I don't make the time for it. When I still could like bike to the office, when it was like a half-hour bike ride, it was like, every day you got like an hour of podcast listening, because
Yeah,
you're riding the bike, so you can just listen to it. But that is all gone, and I hope we'll get that back next year.
yeah,
And what about you, Christoph? Because I've already babbled a lot here.
yeah. So if I'm not at the computer, I think I mostly do any kind of sports. With my wife or alone. The last years I've been climbing a lot, bouldering inside.
Wait,
And yeah, this is
what is bouldering? I don't know what bouldering is.
bouldering is if you climb without a rope,
Yeah, okay. Ooh,
or
is it?
let's say without a rope in some special routes that are inside.
Yeah, okay.
It's a
So
kind of gym, so
yeah,
it's not that high. It's still 4 or 5 meters high, so still yeah, can be dangerous, but it's not like you have to climb outside a mountain without roads, so it's not that. And yeah, it's difficult, different from climbing outside, because yeah, you don't need any gear. You can
Mhm.
just go to the gym and climb, and you have
Yeah.
routes for a lot of routes in the small room. So there is a route for every difficulty for everybody. So it's easy to go with different people. And some of my friends, we started, and yeah, we've kept going the last years, and I'm now really into it. So I've been climbing 2 or 3 times a week normally, but of course now it's not that easy with COVID
Mhm.
going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, normally I need some kind of sports as yeah as a difference to what I do at work, and I need to go out. I do running mostly with my wife. I've been playing football 15
Yeah.
years, 20 years, but I don't play that much anymore. But yeah, any kind of sports. That's mostly what I do next to being on the computer. Yeah, sometimes a little bit of music,
Yeah.
and yeah, doing things with my wife together, going out, going to the cinema normally. We like to eat, going out to eat or cook. I think
Mm.
these are my favorite hobbies. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I also miss going out to a restaurant, or basically to whatever.
Yeah.
Really. So
Yeah.
for the climbing, Christoph, do you
Yeah.
sometimes do that like outside, like in nature, or I if
Yeah. So I started with bouldering because I'm not so good with height. So I'm not sure what it's called. I'm a little bit afraid of height.
yeah, I'm afraid of heights. I think that's like
Yeah.
the
Okay.
way
Maybe.
to say
Yeah.
it.
And it's not serious, but I feel uncomfortable when it gets too high.
Hmm.
And that's why I have never been into mountain climbing and climbing on a rope. I tried it a few times, and it was not super bad, but it also wasn't fun for me. But then I
Hmm.
tried bouldering, and yeah, it's different because you need a lot of more strength, because
Hmm.
outside climbing is more, you need more endurance. You're climbing longer routes, and more moves, and mostly the moves are a little bit easier. And climbing inside, you have a lot of power strength moves. And yeah, there was a big shift in the bouldering in the last years. So normally you had only these little holes like
Hmm.
in the gym, which are not that fun. But yeah, nowadays you have all sorts of holds, big one, small one, and you have any kind of moves that you can think of. And this made it really
Hmm.
attractive to a lot of new people. And this is why this bouldering is currently also a big hype for a lot of people.
Ah,
And that's
cool.
also how I came into it. So, but what I wanted to say, you can also boulder outside. So there are places where there are yeah, little mountains and routes that don't go that high, and this is why you can bouldering outside too. But it's just more difficult to get to a place where you can do this, and I haven't tried it yet, but I really want to.
Hmm. Ah, cool, man. You already said that like you go to like heights of 4 and 5 meters. I without a rope, and you have like you're a little bit afraid of heights. To me, 4 or 5 meters is already very high. I certainly
Yeah,
without a rope.
it really is. And the first times you're doing some routes that go a little bit higher, it was really hard for me. And but yeah, the more you do it, the more strength I feel, the more comfortable I also feel in those heights. So yeah, it comes with time. And maybe it would also be with rope climbing for me. Maybe I would also
Yeah,
adjust to it, but I still like bouldering
yeah,
more.
yeah, yeah. Nice, man. Yeah, I hadn't heard about like the term before, so I learned something new here.
Yeah, and when Dries was visiting me in Vienna, I also went bouldering with him one time. So
Ah, really? Ah,
yeah,
cool. Nice. I'll ask about Dries' experiences with it too the next time that I see him.
yeah, do that. He was really good. Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
we're
Any
already
questions?
45 minutes in, so maybe one more question, I guess.
Yep. Do we have any questions?
Let's see. I don't think so. Hey, Frey Christoph, what's your daily routine? Just curious. But yeah, we mostly talked about it in the previous question, I guess. Um, mm, 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 mm. Maybe something can be said about this. What are your productivity habits?
Yeah, I talked a little bit in the last episode. I have my wall on this side with list of things that I want to do today, tomorrow, and the whole week. And that's just on Monday, I write everything down that I want to achieve, and then I cross out things that I've done because this feels good to me, and this helps me to focus on the stuff that I want to do, because we always have we are capable of doing many different things that we probably don't want to do or don't plan to do, and then at the end of the day, oh yeah, how did I end there? Because I was starting with this to do, and now I'm doing
Yeah.
a little new side project or something like that. So I have to keep my mind focused, and I think that's one productivity trick or method that helps me.
Yeah, I think what you say already, focus is like the most important thing to get things done, and things that help you increase that focus, yeah, will just help you. Well, what helps for me, it's a silly trick, but when I really try to focus, I just close every other application. Stuff. It's something very small, but I have like this Alfred workflow: quit all applications. And if I really want to dive in something, I do quit all application. I empty the trash. Everything goes away from the desktop. It's making my workspace clean, but it's also making my mind clean. Like okay, we're starting from an empty slate. PHP Storm comes open. If I need a browser, just that browser comes open. But all the rest is just gone, and that's
That's nice.
that's something that works very well for me. So I don't check any other programs. I don't even want them open, and that's like a mini kind of hack.
Yeah, it's the same as for me. Also, if I have browser tabs open that I don't work on, it's really hard for my brain to see them. So I need to close them in order to focus on only this one task that I do right now, because I really needed this way to stay focused.
Yeah.
But I also think everybody's a little bit different. My wife, I not sure if I'm allowed to say it, but yeah, she has like 30 tabs open every time. Yeah, for work, and somehow she's capable of managing it, and I'm just not. But it's always funny if I see how she's working. Yeah, it's very different from me, but
I think that like in popular culture, programmers are being seen as like the ones that are messy and can't keep habits all over the place. But in real life, we are like the most tidiest persons digitally that you can imagine.
Yeah, I think so too.
Okay, man. Ready for like another question from the poll? Oh,
Last one for today.
Yes.
That's one that I wrote down. Oh, that's funny. That's a question we already had, and you said I should put it back in the bowl. You remember what it was?
No.
Is there a song that inspires you and that has a special meaning to you?
Oh,
we already had this one, and you said we should put it back in because probably the next time you have a new song, maybe
it'll be a little bit different. Yeah. Let me think a bit. Didn't we already answer that song? I think we did, right?
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
But you said we should put back in because maybe it changed.
Yeah, true. Let me see. Let me think. I'm going to
Or we
to
can
pick.
put it back
Yeah,
in.
no, no, I'm going to put something really something well known. It's a song that a buddy of mine, he was saying like, Apple Music said to me, like, this is the most played song for me this year, and this is probably the
Hmm.
song that I put in between in between meetings because it's just something that makes you a little bit quiet. And it's a song, and yeah, and by reading that, I thought, yeah, that's something I need to delve a little bit into. It's a piece of classical music by Eric Satie. I don't know if you know him. Probably
Not sure.
everybody knows a couple of songs by Eric Satie because it's being used in movie scores that much. And the
Mm-hmm.
one that I'm going to pick for this time is I don't know how you pronounce it in English. It's a French word, I think. Gnossinis number one land, which means
Hmm.
slow if you translate it. And
Okay.
it is well known, very quiet piano theme. Um, and it's I added a couple of I researched a little bit about Eric Satie, about who can perform him well. And the last couple of weeks, I've listened a lot to recordings of that, and it's really beautiful. And the most fun thing is that when I was working here yesterday at my desk, but my kids had to come early from school, so they played an hour on their own. Um, below here, my living room is below this room, but I can hear and see everything.
No, okay.
And I sat on Eric Satie, and they were like singing and humming along with that. It was like the
Oh, nice.
most beautiful thing, that they were like getting quiet from this when they were playing and just singing the Eric Satie motifs. So that
That's
was
nice.
that's
Yeah.
kind of nice. Well, how about you, Christoph? And Christoph,
Uh, yeah.
I'm we haven't rehearsed this at all, but I've while you are answering the questions, I'm going to let a special guest in to our stream.
Okay.
But you know him, so it's good. It's good.
Yeah.
But
Just go ahead.
what is your favorite?
Um, yeah, so the last time I said story of the year, Closer to the Edge, still a very special song to me with lots of emotion, and that also connects me with my time when I have a band and the rock music that we played, and a lot of good memories. And I would still say that this is the song. Besides that, I can't think of a song that was special to me since we last spoke in the last weeks or month. There's also nothing particular that I can think of that I currently hear. I just put on mostly some random mixes from songs that I have in my playlists. Yeah, I think I can't think of.
Nothing in particular.
Yeah, no, not currently.
That's no problem. I think like playlists are like a good way to like discover music. Um, Personally, I like playlists that are created by the musicians themselves. They call them
Mhm.
albums.
Okay,
It,
yeah.
and it seems that our special guest has arrived. Hey,
Hi.
Dries.
Here it is. Hey, buddy.
Hey. No,
Hey.
We were
So,
talking about you today.
really? I
yeah,
hope good things.
about
Yeah,
bouldering.
You're
yeah.
excited.
I told Frank about when we went bouldering, and he was surprised that you already know what it is.
Yeah, but very good at it.
So
Yeah, I think you did quite well.
I'll say how I came about of inviting Dries now as a special guest. So I misclicked in Telegram and I accidentally called Dries. Sorry, Dries. So that was that. And then I thought, hey, I'm accidentally calling you. I'll just send
Since
you
you
a
already called him, yeah.
Nice. Okay, sorry for crashing in.
Yeah, no
No
problem,
worries.
man.
We have like four more minutes. Anything
Yeah.
you want to tell us? How you
Ah,
doing?
yeah. I want to tell all about the latest Mandalorian episode. So what
Was it good?
happens is that
All right, hi, Dries.
yeah, it was super good. Like,
It's good.
stop what you're doing right now and watch it. Yeah.
Yeah, I still
Disney.
don't have Disney Plus, so I can't watch.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
worth it.
it's really sad. It's worth it, yeah.
It's really good.
Definitely. It's super good.
Hey, how
Okay.
about like filling our last 5 minutes with one question that we can do with the three of us? So,
Yeah.
Dries, I don't know if you know the format of this thing. Christoph has a bowl with questions written by his girlfriend.
No, I don't know actually. Yeah. Okay.
So we pick a random question and then we answer the question. And these questions are about life, the universe, your secrets, larval secrets, everything.
Yeah.
Okay. Hopefully there is
All
no-
right, so I'm picking another one my wife wrote down. So that's one that I don't know of. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah. And what's the best movie you've ever seen and why was it so good?
Oh,
Oh, the best
That's a
movie I
difficult one for the both of you, I think.
that's a very tough one.
the best movie I saw this year in theaters was Tenet. It was also the only movie that I saw.
Yeah, me too.
Well, was it for this year only?
No, ever.
No,
ever,
no,
Okay.
ever.
Yeah. This year it was Tenant for me as well. Yeah, but ever, that's a tough one. I think it's for Freek much harder than for me, but because
It's a
he's
very tough one.
Yeah, there's
I
so
always
many good ones.
like I think like for me like one of the best movies that always pops into my head when someone asks my questions, like the first thing that pops into my head is I think The Dark Knight for me. Like really solid acting, great story, great character building, and one of the best actors I've ever seen portraying a villain. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
I think so too. That's also one of my all-time favorites.
What freak?
But if
He wore a mask, right?
No.
No, it's
the other one,
Joker
the
one.
Joker, right?
Yeah, Joker. Yeah.
That was the Bane one. No, the Joker one. Yeah, it's good.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, for me it's also very difficult because there are so many good movies and I watched a lot of them. The first thing that came to my mind, I'm not sure if I'd say that this is my whole-time favorite, but I really enjoyed the Lord of the Ring movies. So I really liked them a lot, and yeah.
Christoph, there are 4K remasters now of Lord of the Rings. They came out, I think,
Okay.
a couple of weeks ago, so you can see them all
Really?
in very high definition.
Oh,
Nice.
that's
I-
good.
The visual effects have been re-rendered for a higher resolution, so it's not like
Wow.
a quick money grab. It was Peter Jackson that monitored these remasters himself, so that'll be something for you to watch, I guess.
Perfect. Yeah. Okay, then
So,
I'll see how I can get these. Yeah. Anything that you can think of, Frank?
I think one of the movies that stuck around in my mind a lot was it's a classic one. The Seven Samurai, the old Japanese one. It is seen as one of the best movies ever. I think it topped IMDb quite for a long time, and I didn't expect anything of it. I thought, 40s samurai movie, how special can it be? And it was really, really amazing. These characters were very good. The photography is out of this world, and it's really
Okay.
amazing that I said 40s, but I think it's 50s. That they could make it as epic and as beautiful as they did in the 50s. And sure, you see that some things aren't up to modern standards, but it's still so well done. So if you want to see like a really good old movie, The Seven Samurai is really the one you should pick. I can't remember the director name, but the director has made other classic movies as well, which I should still see.
Nice.
That's it for me.
Cool.
Okay. I think we're here, right? It's 1 hour.
Yeah, should we do?
It's
one
only
more
been like
for
4 minutes or
Dries?
something.
Yeah, sorry, Dries.
You came late.
I really liked it. How short it was.
I see some Christmas presents in your background.
Yeah, that's your. It's your present.
Is it mine or is it for Taylor?
No, sorry, it's not for Taylor. It's for my godchild. Yeah.
Nice.
Is it Lego? Something that you?
It is Lego.
Yeah? Okay, there you go.
He's very much into a Lego period right now, and I'm loving it. Yeah. We're both loving it.
Nice.
So my two kids are playing a lot with Lego as well, and I showed some photos to Dries of this. I bought them like the Super Mario Lego.
Mm-hmm.
It is so fantastic. It is so well made.
It looks amazing. Yeah.
So you have like this little Mario figure, and then you have like these little sets of bricks where you can make platforms with, and like little clouds, and you can make it like your own level.
Okay.
There's even like a flag at the end where the thing finishes. You have pipes where it's coming out from, and this Lego thing. It really it looks like Mario, and it has like a scanner, so it knows like if it's on the clouds or in a tube or on the pole. It makes all the right sounds. Yeah.
Oh my god!
If you're and you can, there are like question marks as well. If you jump on it, you get like a coin, and it remembers it as a coin. So if you're on the flag, it says, "Yeah, you have so many coins." It is amazing.
Okay, you need to send me some pictures of that.
I'll send you. No problem. Okay, I think that's it for this time, Christoph.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us, Dries.
You're welcome.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks for having me.
We're probably...
So about the Mandalorian.
Bye, Dries. Everybody.
All right.
So I guess we'll probably do this again in somewhere next year, Christoph.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. People can just keep an eye on Twitter, I guess. Are there any things that you would like to share, or is it good for you? Secret projects that you want to do?
I'm working on a secret project, and that's really exciting for me because I haven't been working on one for quite some time. So I immediately recognized the feeling again. It feels good. I think you guys have much more secret projects than me, but I'm glad that I now have my little one again.
Cool.
And I hope I can tease a little bit more, even maybe the next week, maybe. But that this will be interesting to me. But besides that, nothing particular that I'd like to share. I think we just need to wish everybody some good holidays. Hope they're safe and they can spend safely some time with their families. And see them all next year healthy again.
Yeah, indeed. I have nothing more to add, so that's it. Bye, Christoph. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody. Thanks again for joining.
Ending the broadcast.